ତୁମେ ଜଗତର ଏଣୁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ନାମ ଗୁରୁଙ୍କର ମୋର ନାଥ ସୀନାଥର ଏଣୁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ନାମ ଗୁରୁଙ୍କର ମୋର ନାଥ ପ୍ରାଣର ପ୍ରାଣ ତୁମେ ମୋ ଭାବଗ୍ରାହୀ ପ୍ରାଣର भावग्राही गुरु कृपाही गुरु कृपाही गुरु कृपाही गुरु कृपाही
Jai Guru and Pranam to all of you. Bowing to all. Today is the auspicious occasion of 30th anniversary of the Foundation Day celebrations of Prajnana Mission. On this auspicious occasion, we have discourse from Swami Samarpananda Ji on spiritual practical ideals of a Kriyavan. Over to Swami Ji. We bow to him. Jai Guru and Pranam Swami Ji.
Jai Guru.
Nice to see you. Bowing to you, Swami Ji. Please take over from here.
Mannath Sri Jagannath Madguru Sri Jagadguru Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Beloved Gurudev is the sunshine of life. Beloved Gurudev is the sunrise of wisdom within. Let us pray and bow to our beloved Gurudev, all masters of the lineage, including Sri Guruji, on this auspicious occasion of the Foundation Day celebration of Prajnana Mission. Even though physically myself and Swami Divya Swarupananda Ji are miles away from Jagatpur, where all our friends, Kriyavans, householder Kriyavans, monks and monastics must be busy with the celebration of the Prajnana Mission. I feel myself as if I am there. My soul dances with joy today because we are all part of a mission that is completely dedicated to the upliftment of the poor and the needy, here, there, everywhere, in conformity with the dreams, designs, desires of our beloved Gurudev. In our tradition, service to fellow men is considered as service to God. In our lineage, all our masters, world-class teachers have kept this light to encourage and inspire the people everywhere, not including members of the Prajnana Mission and the Kriyavans. Everybody everywhere to dedicate to the cause of the welfare of the common man. Today I remember Swami Vivekananda Ji and our beloved Gurudev and Sri Guruji very much. When I think of Swami Vivekananda as regards his powerful mission in organizing an organization, Ramakrishna Mission, for the purpose of the upliftment of the poor. He, some days ago, in a very beautiful, radical mind had uttered, "May I be born again and again and suffer 1,000 miseries. May I worship the only God in whom I believe, the sum total of all souls, and above all, my God the wicked, my God the afflicted, my God the poor, of all races, of all regions of the globe, of the world." What a beautiful radical view. What a beautiful humanistic message. And our beloved Gurudev was completely dedicated to this same Upanishadic line of thought, line of action, as Swami Vivekananda had uttered on that day. My beloved Gurudev was of very beautiful opinion. And his life was like that. He was an incarnation of service and sacrifice. He used to say that he used to give medicine and service to the sick, food to the hungry, and all kinds of help to the poor, all kinds of help to the afflicted. He was for upliftment of everybody everywhere. Because he believed my soul, your soul, everybody's soul is the soul, that chunk of the light, the chunk of the Brahman available on this universe. Prajnana Mission. Why this Prajnana Mission came into being? And who is behind the growth and the glow of this Prajnana Mission? Whose brainchild? Who accosted it? Who brought this beautiful dream into a reality? Imbibe the Upanishadic ideas, as I told just now, quoting Swami Vivekananda ji, beloved Gurudev, on that auspicious moment, standing on the platform of Cuttack railway station, looking to the other side of the river Mahanadi, said, "We need an organization. We need a house for charitable activities to be continued in an organized way." He pointed his hand to the other side of the river and accosted very persuasively to Sri Triloki Das, Triloki Baba at that time, our Sri Guruji today. "Look, my Baba, on that side. I can see the future of service to mankind. Have a piece of land. Build an organization through an ashram." Our Sri Guruji was a little reluctant. Why to again, when I've relinquished everything, why to again take up the responsibility of building an ashram, having an organization? I'm being completely engrossed in that. Why? He was a little reluctant. But Sri Guruji and his all kinds of reluctances evaporate. The more he think of Gurudev, the more he listen to his message, the more he listen to his advice and instructions. And from within, sunrise of wisdom. He thinks, yes, the message of Gurudev is to be taken care of. Now he finds the values, moralities, divinities, and everything found in that message. And on an opportune moment, he got a proposal and purchased a piece of land, very small piece of land. At that time, Swami Brahmanandaji in his pre-monastic life was a good friend of our Sri Guruji. He also volunteered to offer and invest a little money for purchase of another small piece of land closeted to the land acquired by our Guruji. Now, two small pieces of land coming together formed a beautiful platform for constructing an ashram. Two pieces of land were procured in 1993. The auspicious beginning of a new movement, not merely an ashram, but a new movement for serving the mankind. The same year, on sacred Saraswati Puja, the Bhumi Pujan was conducted, and quickly the construction works were taken up. Limited money, limited funds, but unlimited mind, unlimited interest and enthusiasm did help our Sri Guruji to complete the construction and have the inauguration of the ashram the same year, 1993. 1993 cannot be forgotten, but it created a new milestone in the annals of the non-government organizations in Odisha. Within short years, in 3 decades, Prajnana Mission has established itself as a pioneering NGO to serve the common man, to serve the needy and the poor, to serve the diseased and men in difficulty. Climate warming, lots of problems are taking place. High flood, high fire, and high cyclones. At that moment, people in their own land are rendered helpless as refugees. On such important moments, do Prajnana Mission volunteer and immediately they step forward to serve the needy. I will talk about this a little later. Going through the course as to the Prajnana Mission growing and glowing. 1994. It is this ashram that sent a beautiful sayonara, said a beautiful sayonara to Triloki Baba to travel to the West, the future Paramahansa Prajnananandaji Maharaj. It is this ashram. Give a new vista, a new calling, new message, and a new spiritual mission for our Sri Guruji. We can't forget that. That 2 small pieces of land merged together, created an ashram, and now creating history one after the other. The dream is now going to be fulfilled. That great spiritual personage who had accosted Sri Guruji, showing his finger to the other side of the river, Mahanadi, to have a land, acquire and construct an ashram, to organize charitable activities in a proper way. That beloved divinity is now coming to the ashram, stayed almost for 2 weeks and sanctified ashram in a beautiful way. 1996. He watched Kriyavans, devotees, disciples conducting charitable activities as far as they could do for the need. Furthermore, organized skill, enterprise, guidance. And he's thinking of his dreams. His dreams are coming to be fulfilled, to be translated into reality. 1993, the land was acquired, ashram was burned, no doubt. But ashram's charitable activities were grouped together under a new name, christened as Prajnana Mission. It's wonderful. In 1998. Born in 1993, now Christian as Prajnana Mission, develops a new sense of enthusiasm to serve the poor and the needy. But that's not enough. Organized way it has to go up. Organized way it has to go in conformity with the law, the rules and regulations of the land. In 1999, it was registered under the Registration Act of Government of India. And thereby was endowed with a juristic personality and a charter of charitable activities to be pursued by Prajnana Mission, its members, Kriyavans, devotees, disciples, monks, brahmacharis, and others. Since that day, no looking back. Prajnana Mission is stepping forward every day into new frontier of service, new frontier of sacrifice, a new frontier of social awareness. That is beloved Gurudev's command. Burn up the will and intention, dreams and designs of beloved Gurudev, and working under the living guidance of that great divine personage, Sri Guruji, pilots this ship of Prajnana Mission in a wonderful, monitoring it, navigating it through the rough weathers of the life of Prajnana Mission. One cannot forget the kinds of toil, the kinds of trouble, the kinds of pain, the kinds of suffering Sri Guruji has undergone to put Prajnana Mission on its own standing step. I am a part of that history. I saw Sri Guruji's toil, hard work, hard penance for giving mission a full-fledged life. Before too, the celebration of the birth centenary of our beloved Gurudev, and thereafter. Not a single day has passed in the life of our Sri Guruji when he has not thought of the various development, various dimensions of the Prajnana Mission serving the people. I remember one day, just on the eve of the celebration, grand celebration of the birth centenary of beloved Gurudev, he said, forget your sleep, forget your food, forget your leisure, forget your comfort and convenience. Dedicate yourself for some days only for the celebration. Work for the celebration. That is your penance. Frankly speaking, I could not realize what he said. Penance means I am to sit down somewhere in a lonely atmosphere, calm down, make my body cool and calm, still, and practice Kriya Yoga. But what he says, your service to celebration will be your penance during these days. Then, long days after, when I realized, I said, yes, our service to the mission, Prajnana Mission, service to Hariharan, the Gurukulam, will be like that. A service to these institutions, service to the people through these institutions is our penance. We'll talk of that little later. Thus, Prajnana Mission, under the banner of the dreams of beloved Gurudev, under the flag of the message of the instructions of the living and loving master of the lineage today, we are working. We are devoting ourselves only for one cause. Let the dreams of beloved Gurudev come true. Let the dreams of beloved Gurudev come true. How shall it come true? Unless we come forward and in a collectivity, with full collaboration, full cooperation of our heart and mind and effort, work together under the guidance of the Prajnana Mission. It's a banner. It's a great banner and a great platform where we can work for people, for the common welfare. Remember, my friends, no nation, no country, no state, no organization can live minus the democratic ideas, democratic feelings, democratic passions, democratic tendencies. Because the modern era is an era of democracy. We are living in a wonderful democratic civilization. We should work for the promotion of this democratic civilization. What is the democracy? Ordinarily, people say in theory class. What is democracy? Is to form a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Of the people, by the people, this is the procedural drill part of the democracy. For the people. There lies spirituality. There lies divinity. If you say, Badatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Guravena, that my soul, part of the other soul, all souls together forming the image of beloved Gurudev. Then if this is the case, should we only bow to the image of beloved Gurudev, or should try to bring his message to action, to implement his ideas, bring his dreams to the reality by serving mission, serving the people? Unless this missionary zeal to uplift the people is not taken up, the democratic civilization cannot be sustained. We need, for our development, two aspects. What are they? The social aspect and the spiritual aspect. In the social upliftment, we should think of facilities like education, employment, other avenues of amelioration of the problems like disease, squalor, starvation, malnutrition, healthcare, to make everybody smile. Everywhere we see only smiling faces, no remorseful countenance, because democracy demands every human being should be given a lift from the limbo of ignorance, idiocy, poverty, squalor, and disease. Everybody must be given a touch of happiness. They will be happy life. They will be healthy, a healthy life. They will be wealthy, a wealthy life. But Upanishads, they say, it's a healthy life, wealthy life, happy life cannot make a complete life. We need a complete life. How the complete life will come into being? To make it complete, spiritual upliftment. That is why beloved Gurudev was serving the sick, giving food to the hungry, but he was also providing spiritual guidance to the seekers, willing seekers. Social welfare and the spiritual welfare should go together. Banishing poverty alone, we cannot bring about this beautiful welfare. Or by simply going for worshipping gods and gurus in ashramas and temples and mosques, church and synagogues, we cannot bring about spirituality. There must be a balance between the two important aspects of our civilization. Materiality and spirituality. There are two important wings of the soul bird. It needs a good body, a good mind, so the soul within will be happy. But it needs a holy life to make this life more beautiful. Just a healthy life, just a wealthy life, okay, shall make life little bit comfortable, but the journey will never come to an end. The real goal of the life could not be achieved. An element of spirituality. An element of spirituality can make this material life further beautiful and handsome. The modern men and women at many places, at many days, feel a little bit depressed, dejected. Not that the modern mind is subjected to depression alone. 5,000 years ago, if you go through the first chapter of Gita, that great part of, sacred part of Mahabharata, that is written 5,000 years ago, we have descriptions of depression. Man, his life is subjected to suffering, agonies, depression, dejection, discontentment, and difficulties. Not that with the help of a magic band, it can be destroyed. Not by the help of a plan, economic plan, or a social plan, they can be banished for all times to come. Nothing of the sort. Ups and downs will continue. Prosperity will be followed by poverty, and poverty will be also followed by prosperity. This wheel of economics will continue. And when the wheel is going through the darker part of poverty, lots of depression, lots of problems, lots of darker ideas, darker living, suffering. But when it's going through the brighter aspects, there's lots of joy, but it is not permanent. Only when the spirituality is practiced, we become divine seekers, then a touch of permanent bliss and joy could be attained. Material joy, material comfort, material bliss is temporary. But when it is embellished with a touch of divinity, a touch of spirituality, that becomes permanent. Each one of us enjoying spirituality under the guidance of the master, divine, realized masters, our life would be like a lotus on the pond of worries. Amidst worries, amidst sufferings, tragedies, but still, like the lotus, we are not drenched by the problems of the darker aspects of life. Because the brighter one, the sun within is shining. Because the inner world is now peaceful. To make the external world and the internal world of every individual living everywhere. That is the goal of Upanishad. That is the goal of humanity. And Prajnana Mission is dedicated to that. As I just told you, when Prajnana Mission was registered, gained a juristic existence, and was endowed with a charter of charitable activities of two kinds: social charitable activities and spiritual charitable activities. Social charitable activities to provide some amount of provisions when the time of need, men, suffering men demanding, praying for. But the other one, giving them solace in remembering God, in reaching God, in realizing God. Both the aspects. And for that, to preach and promote the goal of Kriya Yoga, the goal of the Kriya Yoga lineage of masters, Prajnana Mission is an obedient platform, an obedient servant in the direction of establishing both social bliss and spiritual bliss in the community, in the society, in the nation. A nation cannot become handsome unless both the aspects are taken together in a balanced way. Prajnana Mission continues to work in this direction of achieving this equilibrium social upliftment and spiritual upliftment. Prajnana Mission. At this stage, is now confronted with many challenges. Monks, monastic personalities, those are working at various ashram points, at various project points, are sometimes little bit confused. Very obvious. And Kriyavans are, householders are sometimes little bit confused. But the result is coming forthwith, quick. Why the advancement is not happening as per the expectation in a quicker way? Expectations are huge. But expectations can be fulfilled only when the performance becomes huge. Performance become more. Performance become vast. Rather, the performance should overtake the vast range of expectations. Only to indulge with the expectations, forgetting the performance. It may so happen, little bit harvest may be there, but the dividend will not be 100%. And that is why a little bit of discontent. I would now request all of us, including myself. I was also a kind of rebel sometimes. Why it is not happening? But the more I think of my beloved Gurudev and beloved Guruji, my spark of rebellion is converted into a new spark of realization that I must serve. Forget your age, forget your leisure, forget everything. Commit yourself to the service as ordained by mission and masters. To consider mission is an organization is a foolish thing. For we, the sadhakas and sadhikas, mission is the master. As scripture is the divine master, so the mission is the master. When the command comes from the mission, it's a command of the master, command of Gurudev, command of Guruji. If that is taken into consideration, then there should be no resistance, no rebellion, nothing of the sort. I will be coming forward happily to do that work. I have a request to myself and to all of you. Let us hand in hand work together to bring about wonders, miracles in the areas of service to the humanity. Every one of us knows that Kriya has a beautiful Upanishadic description. Tapaha Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya. When I think of the Prajnana Mission, these three aspects of Kriya come into my mind. Tapaha. Beloved Gurudevs serving the sick, giving medicines to the sick. This is tapaha. Not at one place, but at various places. Whomever you come across and look him as a sufferer, feel him as sick, halt there, come forward and say, I'm happy, I'm helping you, the humanity. So each one of us should become a helper of the humanity. How? Tapa. I must serve. That is my penance. So what is Swadhyaya? My soul and your soul and everybody's soul. One. Inalienably one. I must help you, then I can help you. That is Kriya. Ishvara Pranidhan. In the creation, feel the living presence of God. As beloved Gurudev said, each human living being is a living presence, is a loving presence of God. Helping a friend, helping the part of the humanity is helping the God. That is Ishvara Pranidhan. How can I invest next hour, next minutes of my life for the upliftment of the humanity? That is Ishvara Pranidhana. Thank you, my friends. On behalf of Prajnana Mission, on behalf of Shri Guruji, on behalf of everybody, I bow to all of you. This is the part 1 of my lecture. I'm now about to the part 2 of my lecture. I am a member of the Prajnana Mission. You are a member of the Prajnana Mission. I am a lover of beloved Gurudev and beloved Shri Guruji. You are also lover of Shri Guruji and worshipper of beloved Gurudev. We are equal. We are in equal terms as worshippers of our masters. But while working for the Prajnana Mission, we are yet to come in equal terms. 100% sense of equality in sense of serving and also helping. How that could be? It could be achieved by 4 ways. Number 1, I must put down before going to bed how much I can do for the mission tomorrow, in the next week, in the next month, in the next year. I must plan. I need not wait for the direction, guidance coming from mission and the master. I should volunteer. How should I plan my life? My life, my charitable life, philanthropic life, serving the humanity. We should chat down what I should do the next. Number 2, how much I can invest, both from the point of view of time and energy. Both from the point of view of time and energy. How much I can invest? Physical service, financial service, and social service. How much? I should note down. If I'm a family man, I should not only know, I should consult with all members of the family and note down. Third, it's not called investment. How much I can follow and practice by myself. Suppose during the time of emergency, be it an earthquake, be it a high flood or high tempest, whatever may be, I'm going in a collectivity, in a group and helping others. I see there are people suffering, not adequate amount of food, adequate amount of, say, dress. So what should be my idea? What should my ideal? What should my role and responsibility to practice in my life? Let me renounce a little, at least during this period of depression, period of suffering of the people. Can I delimit my food intake a little? Can I sacrifice something of my dress store? Can I part with something that I have which they do not possess? Practicing in individual life, practicing in individual family level, practicing in individual social level. If I do not do that, I'm offering them palmfuls of food, but I'm consuming more than that. It will be definitely an offense. It will be an offense to that social service and a contempt to our beloved Gurudev. Imagine, it will be kind of social crime and a spiritual mischief. What should I do then? Practice. Little bit of renunciation. I must adopt in my life, at least at that moment, to be one with them. Sharing and caring should be my goal during that moment of emergency, where charitable activities are to come forward in a voluntary way. The fourth one is more important. I should pray. Continuously to pray. Continuously to pray for an early the upliftment of the poor. For early banishment of the all sufferings. Amelioration of the plight. Prayer. All service, all practices, all passionate thinkings may not be that powerful unless it's supported by a wonderful therapy that is called therapy of the power of prayer. Power of prayer. Where everything fails, institutions fail, personalities fail, society fail, at that time, power of prayer can bring about an early solution. Prayer. Prayer for whom? Prayer for the multitude. Prayer for the multitude. Prayer to God and Gurus. Whenever there's a problem and whenever there's a plight, when there's a gradual, say, lowering of the level of values, decline of moral values, decline of divine values, and increasing of the level of suffering, misery, God comes down to earth as an incarnation. There's a message, that's a symbol only. But the real incarnation of the gods, they take place during the suffering of the mankind, when Prajnana Mission and some other institution come forward to help the people. Record yourself. Let us record myself as a helper of the community, helper of the humanity. And for that prayer. I feel very much tempted to tell you a small story that was taught to us in our school days in the form of English poetry. Abu Ben Adam. He was a great philanthropist, social service-oriented personality living in Europe in those days. I mean, continent of Europe. One day, he's having a dream. Angels are moving around and they're discussing with the footnote or the notes and their pad and notes. And as if they're enlisting the name of the good men on earth. He could guess like that. And Abu Ben Adam asked, "Hello, my loving angel. Is my name there?" He's just out of curiosity. We'll see you. We'll meet you tomorrow. We'll check the list and tell you what is that. Angels left. They're having a conference. Abu Ben Adam, he's dedicated his life, whole of his life, for the service of his community. Next day they come forward and tell Abu Ben Adam, look the list, and his name was heading the list. Abu Ben Adam. Jesus. Abu Ben Adam. Abu Ben Adam is a product of the feeling of Jesus. And many people like Gandhi, like our beloved Gurudev, like Swami Sri Yukteswarji, like Paramahansa Yoganandaji, those who decided to have organizations to ensure charitable activities, to ensure help at the time of the difficulty of the people, they are Abu Ben Adams. If you look to the pages of their inscriptions, which are found in various monuments at various places in India, everywhere the same thing is given importance. We need salvation, not spiritual alone, but economic salvation, social salvation. My beloved Sri Guruji, while presenting his theme in the World Parliament of Religions, have also highlighted on this issue. Social development and spiritual development should go together. in the midst of poverty, a man suffering from the malnutrition and hunger cannot open up his ears to the pious calls of Upanishads, Gita, Bible, Quran, and the like. They cannot. 2 years of searching for the cow, how to beg alms and fulfill their stomach, the desire, the demand of the stomach. As long as the minimum demands of the stomachs are not fulfilled, the passion of the soul cannot be fulfilled. This is a great message. And Prajnana Mission stands on its own leg to fulfill that message into reality. While discussing about Prajnana Mission, it will be highly unfair if I do not utter a divine institution of Europe, hand in hand. What a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name, a beautiful choice of the nomenclature, hand in hand. The world cannot be called Eastern world and Western world, Northern world or the Southern world. One world, hand in hand. Prajnana Mission has justified this thesis that the world is a beautiful, sweet home, one world, one family. Under the dome of divinity, we are one family who must work together, and that's why hand in hand have been consistently funding Prajnana Mission in its charitable activities. You'll be surprised. Prajnana Mission in these days, since the birthday of Hariharanand Charitable Health Center, have already provided OPD assistance to more than 1 million patients, 1.5 million patients. It's because of the liberal, loving, hand-in-hand funding. When I look to Prajnana Mission, I find somewhere the flag of hand-in-hand is fluttering. And when I salute to Prajnana Mission, I salute also to hand-in-hand world and live in this hand-in-hand style. Love should flow down from the top to the bottom, and from bottom to top, prayer should move up. Help and prayer, cooperation, coordination can create a new, beautiful world of collaboration. Hand in hand. Now coming to another aspect, the third aspect of the Prajnana Mission. Yes, we salute you, beloved Gurudev. You gave a beautiful name to our institution. You helped our Sri Guruji to have a piece of land, have an ashram, and have the permission of Prajnana Mission. Even you wrote down in your own hand the charter of the objectives, and you also initially suggested the names of the first executive committee of the Prajnana Mission. Now, 2 beautiful members are still continuing of that old first batch of executives, suggested by, recommended by our beloved Gurudev, Sri Keshi Mahapatra and Keshav Singh. Beautiful persons, very old, but still struggling to help Prajnana Mission. When at 75, I look at them, I said, "Fool, who are you? Who are you? Look at those people." I draw inspiration from the two. At this old age, they're struggling to fight, struggling to help Prajnana Mission and help millions everywhere. I salute these two also on this auspicious occasion. On that day, when beloved Gurudev said, yes, the name should be Prajnana Mission, countering to the dream, the real dream of our Sri Guruji, he had thought that it would be Hariharananda Mission. But contrary to his dream, the name came up. Everybody accepted it. But he was of a different view. Okay, let the mission's name be Prajnana Mission, but all its offerings in the form of projects, in the form of ashrams, in the forms of charitable activities should be in the name of beloved Gurudev. The first such flower came into being, Hari Harananda Gurukula, a center for the monastic people to assemble, to be trained, continue their penance, and go forward to various fronts to serve the people as per the guidance of the mission and the master. Hariharanand Charitable Health Center. Whenever we think of that, we think of the same voice of Gurudev, giving medicine and service to the sick. Giving medicine and service to the sick. Sri Guruji was a little ahead of that idea. He took the help, medical help, to the doorstep of the remote villages, whose hand could not access the modern medical facilities of the cities and urban areas. Going near the door of the mothers, their children, and serving them, giving them medicines on the spot. After due diagnosis done by the visiting professors, visiting doctors, physicians, surgeons, and the like. Village health camp, general health camp, is all continuing. In Balighai, Puri, the ashram premises, on the ashram premises, that medical center, that is an witness how relief works are, medical relief works are taking place, not only there, but in the distant villages. One day I saw a mother coming from a distant place of Chandanpur and that of Nimapada. They come, take medicines and go home. If they have some complaints left behind, the visiting camps, the village camps, they take care of them. The Balighai Charitable Health Center is serving the poor people in conformity with the love of our beloved Gurudev for the humanity. We have at many places, at Jagatpur, at Arua, at Athagad, at Bishandipur in West Bengal. We have not only medical health care facilities, we also take care of homeopathy medicines. And at Athagad, at Bishandipur, we provide homeopathy medicines. And in Balighai, we are making research both for Ayurvedic medicines and cow urine, cow dung based medicines. A time will come, our research, our efforts will submit to a new place of success. We are not halting at a place, our journey continues till the goal is to be achieved in the healthcare. Sri Guruji one day said, every one of you should take care of your health. A healthy man can practice yoga, meditation and prayer in a brilliant way, in a brave way. A weak and timid cannot practice, cannot seek salvation. Make your health strong, robust. And for that, he said one day, monastic personalities living here adopt a rule. What the rule? Rise in time. Rise in time. Go to bed in time. Take food as a medicine. Be happy with every day's intake. And when you take a morsel of food to mouth, think of whether neighbor, whether friend has taken the food or not. I have seen Sri Guruji, while going to different places and joining a dinner there, You'll first think of the driver, our Dhruva Baba. You'll first think of that. And also, after the assemblage of all the monks and brahmacharis, you look at them and say, hey, why the other one is not there? Look, what a beautiful way of inquiring about the people, those who depend on him. That is master. This is what our master teaches us. Service. We say that service is tapaha, that's understood. So how it is swadhyaya? How can I, as a householder, how can I, as a monastic, can help the mission? And how can I cultivate swadhyaya, the second component of Kriya Yoga? If I love my soul, I must love the soul of others. That study. If I cultivate that spirit, the soul is present everywhere. And the living presence of God is found in the presence of the human beings surrounding you and you yourself. If that is the case, that is my Swa Adhyaya, study of the self. Scriptures, books, they have come up out of the realization of the society, its problems, its pathos, its plights, and giving the solutions thereof. So study of society, study of the nature, study of the surrounding is a necessity that can make our study of the soul, study of the scripture more comfortable, more understanding, more easier. Ishvara Pranidhana. The universe, creation of the master, great master of the universe. He created everything and he put himself in a hidden way in every object of love and living. He's everywhere, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. To discover these three aspects of the Lord as prevalent in various living objects and human beings is a necessity. That is Ishvara Pranidhana. Looking to the flower, imagining the magnitude of its color, looking at the flow of the river, looking at the magnitude of its power of the flow, looking at the sea, ocean, looking at the magnitude of waves, looking at the mountain, its magnitude, Kalevara, the physical existence, looking at the sky, the magnitude of its universal presence. God is everywhere. I must cultivate this. I must cultivate this. Yes, breath consciousness is the beginning. I must be conscious of the breath, but that is the presence of Baba Hariharanji. I must begin my love for Gurudev. I must love his presence in my breath, and I will expand that love to feel the presence of God and Gurus everywhere. Wherever my eyes can go, whatever that I can hear, whatever I can touch, see the Creator in the creation. That is more important today. Prajnana Mission should give me, to you and everybody, this delightful message of our beloved Gurudev. Look to the universe. Look to the King of the universe. And look to the King of the universe sitting within you and everybody around you. Jai to Prajnana Mission. Salute to Prajnana Mission. Salute to all Kriyavans, all monks, those who are working tireless under this spiritual guidance of beloved Gurudev and Sri Guruji. Jai to Prajnana Mission. I bow to you all. Jai Guru.
We will chant the closing shloka. Om Purnamada पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम